Principle number 2 in strategy is you cannot go there from here. If you want to build strategy, you have to start folding the future in. You must develop a point of view on where the future is going to be, and that's what we are going to do today. And then ask the question, how do I fold the future in? So if you want to move your company from a budgeting orientation to an orientation towards innovation, you must have a shared view of what the world can be, not what it is. The whole idea of strategy is thinking big, but de-risking opportunities. So you take small steps, never a straight line. It is almost like running a 400 meters dash, but still running a marathon. So you have great level of urgency in each step, but great stamina to run 26 miles. So it is urgency, stamina, and speed. That is the second principle, folding the future in. The third is to think about next practices, not projecting current practice or best practice. Because if you look at next practice, you have to come back and ask, what can we do? What are the new opportunities? Not how to be just more efficient. You have to be more efficient. That is not a choice. But the question is, how do you go beyond it? So I just say you have to still manage for the current. As in America we say in football, you have to still do blocking and tackling. You have to do tactical things. I understand that, and it's critical. But you also have to focus on new opportunities. That means aspirations greater than resources, folding the future in, and focus on next practices. In other words, thinking differently, not more efficiently, is about thinking differently about the future. And that, I think, is what strategy is all about. So if you think about all these three principles, they are based on developing a distinct point of view. So for those of you who are curious about where these principles come from, it's been based on a lot of research and work. Competing for the future, which some of you might know, we called it strategic intent. Strategic intent, by definition, is aspirations greater than resources. If you think about where the next practices are, it is the future of competition. And it is also fortune at the bottom of the pyramid. It is what the world can be and how do you create that world. We used to think that business units is where the resources are. About 15, 17 years ago, I co-wrote a paper called The Core Competence of the Company. And what was the general idea? That the accumulated intellectual capital, and that is what we call core competence, is a new form of currency that can allow you to innovate and create new products and services. Since then, since 1990, now global suppliers have become another source of competence. If you look at Flextronics, if you look at Solectron, they are very good in creating high-volume electronics, both design and manufacturing. And now I'm arguing that the consumers are becoming a source of knowledge and competence. Not a single one, but hundreds of consumers spread around the world can become a source of competence. So if you think about what has happened, from being a business unit-oriented approach to skills and resources, we went to the total diversified company, to the supply network, and now we can include hundreds and thousands of consumers as part of our total system of innovation. At the same time, from product-oriented innovation, now we are moving more to solutions, but much more importantly, to experiences. So innovation is becoming an experience platform, like an iPod, like Google. How many of you use Google all the time? You can construct your own page on Google? Yes? Is it highly personalized? So you can look at Google as an experience platform. It just allows you to do what you want to do. They don't tell you what to do. Same thing with eBay. So interestingly, you find experiences are becoming critical. Therefore, we can identify the innovation continuum or the strategy continuum from red, where you have innovation is building product and selling them, but you only look at the company as a source of financial resources, technical resources, and that is what you do. 90% of the companies are still in the red. If you think about the dark green, it's about creating experiences, but it includes not only the company, the supplier network, and the enhanced consumer network. Does dark green give you more options as a strategist or less? You have more resources and more ways to differentiate yourself. In other words, when you go to personalized co-creation of resources, of experiences, there is no commodity at all. Everything is a unique, personalized experience and highly differentiated. Isn't that what you would want as a strategist? Highly differentiated, no commodity business. Pricing is based on unique experiences. And that is, I think, where the future opportunities are. But you have to change from a system very oriented towards personalized experiences rather than a firm-centric view of products. This is the future we are going to. Going from a basic transformation where we started firm-oriented view to a very consumer-driven view, where the consumer can come through an ATM or a branch in a bank or an SMS message. He or she can decide, and the bank then will create a whole range of suppliers in order to support you.